Hey, Matt,
Yes.
we did another podcast. Pretty cool podcast.
Yeah. I learned a lot.
I learned a lot too, and I was kind of blown away about. I felt like the more he talked, that we're sitting in with a legend, right? He's like one of those grandfathers of an industry, right? He's got all this knowledge in his head. It's really cool, really cool.
Yeah. He was just outside and we were talking about the propeller that I'm going to get for my boat. And he was just telling me about how these people were like, yeah, we'll just tell them this prop, do that kind of prop. Doesn't. He says, that's the only thing that moves the boat. I don't care if you have 500 horsepower. It doesn't matter what kind of engine. The propeller is what moves the boat.
It's true.
Period.
Yeah, it's true. True. Great point from the man who started Turning Point.
Yeah.
Well, part of starting it. He's not taking full credit, but clearly was been a key part of that business and knows his stuff. I was just blown away that he's done all this without a computer, right? And I don't know why that shocks me so much, other than just today computers are involved in everything, and of course it does with as he goes down through the production side of it, but to actually just modify and test old school. It's old race car mentality, right? And it's change up your setup and go run it and see what happens, and
Yeah. How do you make those changes? You have to like hammer
oh
it, file it? Like, what do you do to like
yeah, I have no idea.
you're like, yep, that's it.
Yeah,
Finish is good.
yeah, yeah, and especially with a propeller, because if you don't have it exactly right, it's gonna vibrate and you know do all kinds of craziness. But that's yeah, I think it's super cool that he's gone and has gotten an opportunity to ride on so many different boats with so many different setups, and again he just has that knowledge. Not only that, but he retires and then says, you know what, I, I still want to talk to people about props, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to work and just tell them to call me if they need something, right? And
Well,
I think that's super cool.
yeah. I mean, even though it's not like we're talking about like saving kids from cancer or whatever, it's educating people.
Yeah, right.
And just him being out here, I learned more about my boat and trim and propeller than I probably ever would have learned
Yep.
without him being here. I would have gone the rest of my life just thinking this is how you do it, this is how I adjust it, and it is what it is. But knowing that there's way more to it, it's
Yeah,
very
super cool.
educational.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the time with him. I think he's an interesting guy. He's got great stories. Some of the stories he told us off air, I wish we kind of would have caught on air, because he's just certainly very passionate about what he's doing and has done a lot to make boats faster and smoother and the riding at the right RPM level.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited to try one out.
yeah, yeah,
Going four blade,
four blade.
see what
Four
happens.
blade prop. Yeah, I need to actually probably need a new one on mine too. It vibrates like crazy at idle, but it smooths out when I'm running, but it vibrates like nuts. Um, but I have aluminum on mine, and it's got a couple good chunks and dings in it, like they all get. So I'm sure it needs to be either reworked or swapped out. I might look at seeing getting a Turning Point too. Now that we've had him here as a guest, I feel like I got to give back, right?
Yeah.
So Matt, what in your life would you compare yourself to Mr. Stefanik in regards to you have this knowledge set for a specific thing that no one else does?
Uh, Nothing. I mean, sad. No, I mean, I feel like I know a little bit about a lot of things, and I know I don't have an abundance of knowledge on one
On
thing.
one thing. Yeah, I'm the same way.
What are
I'm
they?
the
Is
same way.
that like master of none?
Yeah,
There's a certain term. I don't know how.
yeah,
Jack of all trades,
master of
master
none.
of none.
But actually, look up Wyatt. You
That's
can do
not the
this right now.
real.
It's not the real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's more to
there's
it.
more to it. Yeah, it's actually complementing the fact that you have the ability for all those trades. That's the way it's
Yeah,
really phrased. Yeah,
no, I'm better than I.
people
It's
just make it sound.
like you know, there's lots of things I can do. Like I can fly a plane, but I'm not the best pilot.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
like, there's tons of things. Like I can play basketball pretty
yeah. You
well,
do a
but I'm
lot of
not the
cool
best at
stuff.
ball. I pretty good marksman, but I'm not the best marksman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's cool when you meet people like him that says, I'm going to dedicate the majority of my time to this one thing and know it better than anybody knows it, right? And he doesn't act like that. He doesn't act like he's the know-it-all by no means, but it's very clear that he definitely has a knowledge base that doesn't exist in a lot of places. So it's very cool. I'm like you, right? I have a little bit of knowledge in lots of different things, and I don't know if that makes me stronger or worse or worse. It makes me really have good English, is what it does. But it definitely is something that I really admire when somebody has that kind of level of knowledge. Yeah, for sure. So you're gonna buy a new prop, 4 blade.
Yep.
You also were saying that you're gonna go out there and run the RPMs, like you said.
Yep.
To understand what that is.
I'm gonna take my boat out now with its aluminum propeller that it has on it, and do what he said. Just run it fully and see what RPMs you're getting. Raise the trim up and see how high it'll go.
You need to look and see if you can get the pitch off your current propeller too, and just call Phil afterwards and say, here's what I got.
Well, one thing he said, it was just awesome, is that if you try the 4 blade and you realize you don't like it, they'll just swap it out for the 3 blade.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
That is really nice.
Because I mean, I've heard pros and cons of the 3. I've heard pros and cons of the 4. I know some people are really looking for speed.
Yeah.
To me, I don't care if I'm going 40 or 45.
Yeah.
That's not a big win for me. Especially too, it's how often are you ever going fully open? Especially when we're going out here in the intercoastal, all the boat traffic, and you got people in your way most of the times, and the wake that's coming off of other boats. And it's like you get near the inlet, it gets really choppy, and especially in my boat, I'm not going fully open. The 215 Scout, so it doesn't really matter if I'm only going to go 30 or 35. I'm not going to be going that fast. So if you get a propeller that's going to make your boat handle better, I'll lose 5 miles an hour.
Oh, I would too, for sure.
Because I'm not. How often am I in that zone of 40 to 45?
For me, what I like is the whole shot, right? How fast is it getting out of the water on plane, right? And if I can find a prop that does that faster, and I don't really care about the top speed.
Yeah.
That's different for everybody. If you got a, like the folks over at Egret, they spend all this money building a carbon fiber boat so that they can have a faster boat because it's an advantage in fishing tournaments, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess it's different for everybody, but for me, I'm with you. I'll give away a couple miles an hour for better handling boat that I can move in and out easier and get on plane faster. Yep. So I think it's so cool that I met him in Atlantic City, right? And he just kind of wandered over to my booth and just started chatting, right? Not really about anything, right? And I asked him what he did, and I said, where are you guys at? He said, in Jacksonville, and I said, wow, we do this podcast for Northeast Florida companies in Northeast Florida that are doing innovative stuff in the marine space. You should come do that. And he was very quick to say yes, I'll do that for sure. And he was quick to get on the schedule and all that stuff. But the funny thing was when he got here, before he got on the camera, he's like, I've never seen a podcast. I started, wow. After the podcast, you would never know that, right?
Yeah.
You would never know that. He was very, very composed and very, very, very good in this setting. So maybe he's found a new calling. Maybe he should be the prop wizard, prop mentor, podcaster,
prop master. Yeah, and this is why these things are good, because people can watch this and be like me. There's people out there like, yeah, everyone knew that, about certain. I'm like, well, I didn't.
Yeah, right.
And it's I think I mentioned it already, but just for him to still have that knowledge and come out and educate people, it's important.
It is.
And then to broadcast it out there on a podcast, which is educating people in our area specifically with what's going on. You know, like you mentioned before, but Egret, getting them in to talk about what they're working on, and it's there's some really cool stuff.
There is really, really great stuff happening right here, right under our nose. And we just finished up a podcast um, with Phil Stefanik. Phil Stefanik and Phil and I met in Atlantic City, and he works for a company called Turning Point Propellers. Was one of the first guys to get that started over there, and has had an entire lengthy history and career all around props. And super super good guy. Glad we met. Glad we connected with him. Again, it's Turning Point Propellers. We'll put the website address up online. They got propellers for pretty much everything. So if you're in need of one, I would highly suggest looking at them. Not only from the fact that they innovate in a way that is old school, and they test and test and test, and they test in actual environments, which I think is really, really, really cool. But they stand behind it, right? So the if you get it and you're not getting the performance you wanted to get out of it, you call Turning Point. The phone will get routed to Phil, who has tremendous knowledge, and he will get you in the right fit for a prop that's getting you the performance you're looking for. So that's it, Matt. I think another good one in the can. Is there anything that you wanted to, or anything that stood out to you from Mr. Stefanik that was like, man,
Nope.
That's game changing.
I mean, just the knowledge he has on these things that I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
I think I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah. I love learning new things. I love it. Now, this is kind of the difference, right? I'll learn this new thing and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And I'll respect Mr. Stefanik, but I won't go dig deep and try to become a propeller expert, right? There's nothing that in my life that I've kind of said, I'm going to go pour myself into that. I start businesses of all kinds. I, I, uh, um, I like music. I can play guitar. I like art. I mean, I do all these things, right? But none of them I'm known for, right? Where Phil is known as being the prop man, right?
Yeah.
The prop man, and I think that's super cool, super cool. It's just a different mindset, right? Different journey, I suppose, is a way to describe it. Different journey, but he seems to be committed that this journey he's taken through to the end. So, and I'm sure he has like knowledge of other things other than props, but he definitely knows it.
Do you have any plans on Thursday?
So
Today's Monday.
Today is Monday. Thursday is Thanksgiving, and I am 100% certain that I will eat like a pig, and I will lay around for half the day and not do a whole lot. And that's that. We're gonna go over some friends' house that we go. Chris and Misty, and we're gonna spend Thanksgiving with them. At first, we weren't going to because Misty's kind of going through some challenges after surgery, so we didn't feel like we didn't think that they would want people at their house, but they're still inviting, and so we're just going to cook over there versus Misty doing the big load of the things that she used to do.
Have you ever not eaten on Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Like fasted for the day? Just to do something different.
no, never. Oh, that would be good. That would be good and challenging, especially if you were in a house that they were cooking Thanksgiving dinner and you smell all that.
I don't think I'll try it this year.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know that I'll ever try it. I enjoy Thanksgiving. I typically get one big plate. I don't go back for like seconds. I typically get one big plate.
My favorite
Load it
thing
up.
is the turkey sandwiches the next day.
Turkey sandwiches the next day.
And unlike us, I just want the turkey, salt, pepper, mayo,
Yeah.
and bread. Period. Nothing else. Some people put like stuffing on it, and cranberry sauce, and lettuce, cheese, all that. I don't. I just want turkey on a piece of bread.
That's
With
good.
mayo. Mayo in the turkey kind of does.
Yeah, no,
Little
yeah, I
salt,
like
pepper.
mayo for sure. Mayo,
But I
mayo
like
helps.
that turkey better than just turkey, freshly carved. Like it's like white meat turkey.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah, mine neither.
Just by itself, you're like,
I like dark meat for sure.
Even chicken is the same way, actually. Like a chicken thigh,
Yep. I buy chicken thighs all the time. We very rarely buy breasts because
the best.
yeah, the dark meat is the way to go in my mind. So yeah, we're alike there for sure. What's your favorite side on Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
It's not really a side, but
So
I could eat a whole pumpkin pie. Literally, like not even flinch.
So we had
whole pie.
My son's girlfriend cooked dinner for us when my aunt and uncle was visiting, and my aunt and uncle were like, "Oh, we're gonna bring some things," so they brought an apple pie and a pumpkin pie, and the typical thing would be leave the pumpkin pie till Thanksgiving, we'll eat it then, because no one partaked. We had a really good meal, and no, I've pretty much completely demolished that pumpkin pie in a week.
Dude, it's like I'll have if you have me a whole pie, I'll have a piece, and that is just more like the piece that just like wets my palate. Like, now I really want one because I ate that one so fast I didn't even taste it.
Yeah.
So then I'll cut another one, and my second one I'm like, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
And that's like for me, it's like almost half the pie.
Yeah.
And you're like, I could really finish this thing off right now.
I'll do it.
Like really good. It's like I don't know, it goes down pretty easy.
Yeah. The other morning I got up and I cut a slice for breakfast, coffee, and pumpkin pie, and cut a slice for breakfast. And as I'm doing it, I'm going, I know I'm going to come back for another slice, so I just put 2 slices on it. Sat down and watched the news.
If you get a piece of pie, it goes like 2 bites, 3 bites. You're like,
oh yeah.
It's like
it's not a lot of food, but boy, it's yummy.
But like apple pies and other, a little bit thicker, heavier. For some reason, pumpkin pie is just like eating air.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm a ham guy. I'm not much into turkey. I'll eat some turkey, and then of course it'll be dark meat when I eat it. But ham is for me. We cook a ham every year, and I make ham gravy. And so a lot of people I didn't know this, but a lot of people don't know what ham gravy is. But ham gravy, once you eat it for the first time, you're like, oh my goodness, there's no other kind of gravy. My boys are like, wherever we go, they're like, save the ham gravy, save the ham gravy.
Ham gravy.
Yeah, it is so good. It makes turkey amazing, right? It's you cook a ham with pineapples and brown sugar, and then you use that all the stuff to make your gravy from, and it's just it's incredible. So I make that every year. Everybody knows that I'm passionate about the ham gravy, and everybody typically enjoys it. It's a dark brown gravy, like not like a white gravy.
I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah, me too. All right, so we're out of here. It was nice talking to you. We are one step closer to Thursday. We are happy that Mr. Phil Stefanik came and joined us, and Matt and I are going to go eat. Bye.
Thankful.